Assalamu alaikum guys, how are you? I'm just doing a test right now. I'm at the Kuwait International Airport in a transit coming back from Pakistan. And right now, let's see if there is some noise here or my voice is clear or not. Alright, so one final test. There's an announcement in the background, and I'm speaking louder than before to make sure that my voice is recorded in a proper way. And let me test it by standing this way and see if it looks normal or not. Assalamu alaikum guys, how are you? I hope great inshallah. So this is another first vlog from none other than Kuwait City. I'm at the airport right now, as you can see, in a transit coming back to Jeddah from Pakistan. And since I'm waiting for my next flight, and I was reflecting on my experience on opening a business bank account in Pakistan. Uh, and I wanted to compare it with the procedure that we follow here in Saudi when you want to start a corporation or a limited liability company. So I've experienced both the way you do it in Pakistan and the way you do it in Saudi. And guys, if this is your first time on my channel, just wanted to remind you to subscribe because I do post a lot of videos on this topic, especially doing business in Saudi Arabia. So if this is something you're interested about and you don't want to miss my next videos, hit on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon, so whenever there's a new video you'll be notified inshallah. So very quickly, I don't want to take much time of yours in this video. Just wanted to compare a few complexities I had in Pakistan. So for example, in Pakistan, we have issues with taxation. So let's say I went with the approach of SMC, a private limited, which is single member company, private limited, which is similar to the one that you go here in Saudi, which is limited liability company, but with single owner. Now it's the structure is almost the same, but in Pakistan the banks are very tough when it comes to requirements. Now, for example, in Saudi, the banks require you to, if you're a foreigner, they require you to transfer your ikama to your newly formed company. So now you're the general manager, or at least there should be one general manager that you need to hire. It could be a Saudi, it could be a foreigner as well, but his sponsorship should be under your newly formed company. That was I thought that is the most weird and difficult part here in Saudi, but it's not, because I tried and failed opening up a business bank account in Pakistan. And trust me, because I was 1 year late, so my consultant did not file the income tax uh, for my company, even though we're tax exempted because we're doing IT exports, but still we need to file that. And since we were late, our previous business account, I did have a previous business account with Bank Al Islami, but the problem with them is that I don't have online access. They don't allow online access for a business account. As of now, they're promising that inshallah they will do it, but I'm hearing this for 2 years. So my consultant asked me to open a business account in Mizan Bank because they do have online access. So because I'm receiving payments from my clients from outside Pakistan, and I want to, of course, use that cash. Now, to my surprise, my consultant was hiding a lot of information from me, the limitations of an SMC, a single member company, single owner company, or private limited. There are a lot of complexities. Like, of course, you have shares in a company, and then you own all of those shares. But there are a lot of other complexities on your capital as well. The money that you receive there in your bank account. I was surprised to learn that you cannot completely utilize that cash, and the FDR has strict regulations on that. And the bank was completely not cooperating with me. Even Mizan Bank was not cooperating with me because they needed a certain document called Form A that can only be retrieved if you have filed the tax, and we didn't. And my consultant was actually arguing with the bank that we don't, first, we are exempted because we're IT export, and second, we're an SMC, and there's a clause on the Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan that is responsible for creating companies, that SMCs are exempted from this Form A document. But the bank was not cooperating with us. So, guys, I ended up opening a new company. It's not a company, actually, a sole proprietorship, because it had fewer requirements from the bank side. And since I'm a Pakistani national, I was able to open a sole proprietor organization. And let me remind you, a sole proprietorship in Pakistan is similar to a muassasa in Saudi, which can only be opened by a Saudi national, and in Pakistan it could only be opened by a Pakistani national, a sole proprietorship. And the limitations of sole proprietorships are, for instance, if something goes wrong with your organization, the newly formed business, it's not an organization, it's a business, you as the owner are completely liable. If there's a case, if it's let's say a 2 million rupees case, then and you lose the case, you're responsible for that. But in when it comes to a company, if there's a case on the company, you're only responsible for whatever capital you have in the company, and you're not personally, as a director of the company, you're not responsible for any loss incurred by the company. Only the company itself as a separate entity is responsible for that. Same applies here in Saudi as well. If you're opening a company as a foreigner, and let's say, God forbid, if something goes wrong, only the company as a separate entity is responsible. So I was looking for this specific benefit, but then it has been 2 years, and I have formed the company in Pakistan, and I was not able to utilize it very well. I have amount in my bank account, but I was not able to withdraw it unless I write a check, which is so inconvenient. So I ended up opening a sole proprietor, and I had my business account created in less than 24 hours, and I have online access to it. But I was really sad as a Pakistani national, like sitting there in Saudi. I was not able to form a company, and I've been trying for 2 years. And of course, I think part of the blame goes to the consultant as well. Part of the blame also goes to me because I have very less time. I usually go there for 1 week or 2 weeks, but I I really, it gave me a chance to admire the system we have in Saudi. And I went through both. In Saudi, yes, of course, it took me months. It took me 7, 8 months. I'm telling you, because I did not have a consultant at that time. But still, the requirements are not that tough. In Pakistan, if you want to form a company, if you don't have a good consultant, I think you will end up in a situation like mine, where I had no choice, but because I had shortage of time, I had to go with the sole proprietorship. Inshallah, in my next visit, I will figure out and I will sort out the SMC issue, and I might have a business account for my SMC, but probably I will try to hire a better consultant next time in Pakistan. I hope this was beneficial for you. If you have any questions related to this topic, to this video, write down on the comment section. And to support my channel, support my videos, I urge you to like and share my videos on your social media. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. What are you waiting for? Thank you so much.